So, hello Hungary, how are you today? Köszönöm, hogy újra meghívtak. Kiváltság, hogy felszólhatok, és mindig nagy öröm számomra, ha itt lehetek Magyarországon. My friends, 18 months ago, my party won the Dutch elections. We became the biggest party in the Netherlands and the largest party in the government coalition. And we have one priority: stop the mass immigration. The Dutch are, as you know, by nature a welcoming people. But too many fake fugitives, too many freeloaders, criminals, those who want to live off us but do not respect us, are entering our country. So we have introduced some border controls, and the aim is to further toughen up our laws. But I have to be honest, it is not enough. It is too little and it is too late. So my party wants much more. And we want it now. We want to close our borders for more asylum seekers and turn them back at our borders. We want the Dutch army to control our borders intensively. We want a temporary stop of all family reunification of asylum seekers. We want 60,000 Syrian refugees in the Netherlands to return to Syria immediately. And we want, maybe one of the most important things, we want all criminal foreigners to be deported from the Netherlands. My friends, walk the streets of Western Europe. Get on a bus, the metro, on the train, and you will see that it often looks like a medieval Arab city full of headscarves and burqas. Millions of people all over Europe today feel like strangers in our own country, in our own neighborhoods. Mass immigration is rapidly changing our culture and identity. It's changing the face of Western Europe, and not for the better, but for the worse. The Muslim population in Europe is about to triple from the present 5% to 15% of the population by the middle of the century. Islam is rising, but I do not want Islam to rise. Do you, I ask you? And I don't want Islam to rise in our societies, for Islam and freedom are incompatible. When asked in a national poll last week whether Islam belongs to our society, more than 60% of the Dutch people said no. Islam does not belong to our society. Of course, not every Muslim is an extremist. In fact, most are not. But unfortunately, too many of them are eager to stamp their mark of intolerance and hate and even conquest on our society. Like last Easter Sunday, when the center of Rotterdam, the second biggest city in my country, was taken over by screaming Arab-speaking imams who were supported in our city, Rotterdam, by thousands of their followers who were waving with Al-Qaeda and Taliban flags while shouting Allahu Akbar and demanding the extermination of Israel. Or on May 5th, one of our national holidays, when we recommend and commemorate the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Holland from the Nazi tyranny. Dutch flags were absent and Palestinian flags omnipresent in almost all our neighborhoods full of immigrants. Why should I fly the Dutch flag? An inhabitant told the Dutch TV. The Palestinian flag is more important to us. My friends, if we don't act today, our future will be more and more Islamic. And the repercussions will be enormous. You cannot imagine how tough the repercussions will be. And unfortunately, I know what I'm talking about. I've been marked for death for criticizing Islam. Many fatwas have been issued against me. I live under 24/7 police protection in a government safe house with my wife for more than 20 years now, only for criticizing Islam. And of course, I will never be silenced. And I will... Thank you. Of course, I will never be silenced, and I will never follow in the footsteps of those weak politicians who have opened Europe's borders, who impoverishing and endangering our people, selling out our Judeo-Christian civilization to those who shout the anti-Semitic choruses in our streets today. And I do not fear for myself. I fear that 20 years from today, my fate will be your fate and the fate of your children. And this is bound to happen if we do not stop the three propellers of Islamization. First, mass immigration. Second, woke multiculturalism. And third, maybe the worst, political cowardice. However, there is also good news. And the good news is here, right in front of me. And the good news has a face. You, my friends, are the good news. You are the good news because while we're living in an age of unfortunate Islamization, you are ushering in the age of the patriotic renaissance. And we patriots, we own the future because we are rooted in our past. Patriotism binds us to the generations before us and the generations after us. We are part of something big and beautiful, a nation's history, a concern for its future, a heritage which our parents preserved for us and which we are called to pass on to our children so that it will thrive long after we ourselves are gone. We do not love politics for its own sake. Politics is just a tool. And Tolkien wrote it very correctly when he said, "I do not love the bright sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they defend." And so it is for us. Our swords, our endeavors are at the service of the old values that we cherish: God, homeland, and family. God, homeland, and family are the three things we defend. Because we know that without our Judeo-Christian civilization, there would be no separation of church and state. There would be no democracy. There would be no freedom of speech. There would be no conscience. There would be no equality for the law. that just would be hell and tyranny. Sharia law is hell and tyranny. And the second wave we defend is our homeland. The love of our homeland is what makes our nations great. Make your country great again does not mean it has to become great again so that you could love it. Rather, it means you should love it so that it will be great again. And the third pillar of patriotism, my friends, of course, is the family. Churchill already said that it's around the family and the home that the most dominating virtues of human society are created, strengthened, and maintained. And patriotic policies are the only correct answer to our present problems. So please show your patriotism through all your deeds and work as you are doing today. Make actions, be an example, win it over others, and claim your victory. Build a home, be proud of your nation, build a family, love your nation. And in doing so, my friends, you defend your identity. And if you defend your identity, you defend your liberty. And by defending our liberty, we defend our survival. And by defending our survival, we will win. Together, we will win the future, and we will. My friends, all this begins with protecting the hands that raise the family and run the home. The hands of the ordinary men and women whom we, patriots, have the duty to defend. And I ask you to do it loudly. To do it so loudly that we let the Islam appeasers hear and we let the cultural relatives bark, but they hear us say that we fight for faith, family and freedom. Please, patriots, claim the future. The future is yours. The future is ours. God, at the end of the day, will make sure that your beautiful country, Hungary, and my country, the Netherlands, and all those countries will be in safe hands. Thank you so much today. Köszönöm szépen. Thank you. Thank you.